Alright, hey everyone, here we are back for another tournament here. This is Banff Springs. It's just a small 6-hole. It's 3 different holes, back to back, different wind scenarios. So here you can see this is hole 6 from Banff. And short little par 4, if you get a tailwind, you'll want to get it up to wedge distance. I think you might be able to extend it even into a headwind. This is just going to put me up, maybe half club. A little bit closer, hard to say for sure. That's what. So first thing you'll see, I always try to size the shot up. I'm going to be putting it around this fringe here. So that looks like, maybe in the 60 to 70% range. And when I'm at 60, 70%, I'm usually playing maybe about 40% of whatever I'd do at max. So if my max is pretty close to 1-to-1 for this club, you can see we got a little bit of a headwind. So if my max is usually 1-to-1 or very close to 1-to-1, maybe about 40% of that is going to be under 4 rings or around 4 rings. So that's more or less where I'm looking for a ring adjustment. So let's just try that. You want to see visually what that looks like? This might help you. So this way, if you're not playing a Hypnotic 6, you can at least see what my offset looks like. That's how much wind I'm playing at about 50 to whatever it was, 60 to 70% club. And you can see, it looks like visually maybe one square. Like if I was to look at it, it looks like if I was to turn those squares straight up and down, it would be about a square, maybe a little bit more in terms of the sizing. Let's just see how this looks. It's just a tad on the overplay, but as I mentioned, it really just depends. Is it 60%? Is it 70%? I went about, how many did I go? I think I overplayed. I think I almost went 50% on my adjustment. So that's why it ended up being too much. I think I almost went, 3.5. I said, if it's 7.7, I'd go 3.5, 4 rings at half club. And I think that's actually what I ended up going. So that's why it was an overplay. So I should have even came in on that because I was mentioning in the video that I would probably go about 30, 40% of whatever that adjustment is. Shouldn't have went more than 3 rings there. Maybe even 2.7, like somewhere in that territory. So, and that's why you can see the over adjustment. But all in all, still a pretty decent shot. We got, our tiebreaker started. So let's see what we can do here on this second one. What I'll typically try to do here is more of a stop shot. It's going to be very tough in a tailwind to roll this out to perfection any other way. And what you'll see is this may fire down the slope with a short iron. I'm not sure it's going to happen with a long iron. I think this is going to be more of a stop shot with a long iron. You don't have to worry about really firing this down this hill, which is a good thing. I'm thinking somewhere right around here, maybe the second ring. You can see what the ball guide looks like. And what I'll typically play this is maybe about 1.8 per ring, give or take. Here, so a little bit more than 4. Looks pretty good. Ultimate shot. Looks like it's coming in pretty good. Oh, so it did check up. But as I mentioned, it's going to be more of a stop shot, and it's not going to fire back down the hill, but you do have to worry about the short iron firing back down that hill, especially in headwinds. So, depending on your distance on this one, you do have to play it slightly different. So do keep that in mind. So let's take a look here at hole 3. It's a very tucked pin here. Ideally I'd like to really use a little bit better ball than this. I'm not sure I'm going to get to the green without a power 1, at least. But I really like saving these, conserving these, since this is, well, this isn't my free-to-play at least. But, you know, there's no way to recoup these in this tournament. So you do got to be just a little bit cautious on these. I'm really only playing for coins and a bag. So with that being in mind, I try to at least use a little bit less balls than this one, and then try to focus on, if I need to use balls on the 9-holers where the balls are rewards, then I feel a little bit better about recouping them. But I do feel like it's going to be the difference between eagle and not eagle. So that's one of the main reasons that you're seeing me go for this here. Because I don't think I'm going to even be able to bring eagle into the equation without playing this way. And even this is, just by the looks of things, it's going to be a little complicated in itself. I might be pitching. So we'll just have to see how this comes into the green. You can see I still get my ultimate. Of course, we're utilizing as much topspin as we can. Try to get it down here. I'm hoping to just get it to funnel down here. It looks like it's coming up short. You can see I get right around 1,000, so I'm barely getting a tiebreaker with that wind. Fortunately, we got it onto the green. I feel, you know, especially when I use these special balls, it does raise your putting attribute. So looks like this might be just short of the hole. So I'll just extend that. Let's just see if I can kind of find the middle. And that means, you know, if I do pull this just slightly, there's a chance it's still going to go in. But if I pull it a lot, it probably won't. But with a basic ball, that, if I am just a little bit off, it's probably going to miss the hole from that range. So, you know, that putting attribute is better when you do use the ball. So if you do think you're going to be into the green like that, using a ball can increase the probability you're going to make that putt, as you can see with my putt. So keep that in mind. Good luck. I'm going to break these up into 2 sets, and I'll see you guys on the second one. Good luck.